Casework and equipment rotate. So we spent quite a bit of time in loading in all our families, putting them in the right spot, positioning them properly, maybe making some custom sizes, but we never really touched on rotate. And we've done rotate, but using the space bar. So you can click on something, hit space bar, and then it'll sort of flip it or rotate it. But what if we want to actually use the rotate tool? So let's just spend a few minutes and learn how to do that. So let's go into top of floor 1. Here we are. And let's say we want to rotate something. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this fridge and I'm going to copy it just out here and hit escape. Now if we were to click on that fridge, we could rotate it. So I'm going to go up to the rotate tool and just click on rotate. First thing that you have to know about rotate is you've got a little icon right here. It's sort of like a little circle with an arrow. And what that is that is the base point at which this will be rotated. So if I just left it in the center, then that would be sort of its pivot point. So the little circle, this little icon, that's the pivot point or the base point. Next, you can click a point in the direction that the object is. I'm picking from there, the base point, to here, then I click. Now what happens is it says, okay, so you want to basically move based upon that line that you picked. So I could just click another point, and Revit gives you options in order to give you your 45 degrees, your 90 degrees, and so on, and then you can rotate it up. Now there's another way you can do this. Let's just click on undo. We can click on the fridge again, and now what I'm going to do is go to rotate. So now that little icon right there, let's leave that there for now. But let's just put in an angle. Let's not even click 2 points. Let's just go up into the options bar. We're going to type 90, enter. So what that's going to do is just take your object and say, okay, I'm turning it 90 degrees. And that's it. So that's another way to rotate. Let's just look at that base point one more time. So let's undo that. If I click on this object and I go to rotate, see that little base point? That needs to be dragged. So how do you drag something? You just click on it and hold down your mouse, and when you get it to the location you want to, you just let go. I put it there, I let go, and now it's going to rotate based upon that. So if I say 90 in the options bar, see how it flipped based upon that point right there? That was its pivot point. Let me undo that. So it flipped based upon that point. Now I can click on that fridge again, and let's go to rotate. This is important to see. Remember, I dragged that pivot point over, but every time that you go to rotate, it's going to set it back to its original position. Once you've clicked off the object, it just says, okay, I'm putting the rotation point back on the center of the object. There are some other little options here like copy. So for instance, you might be wanting to rotate and copy something the odd time. You can just click on copy, and when I type in the angle, it's going to copy it, and it's even giving me a warning, hey, you've got identical instances in the same place, so that's not a good thing. So I'm just going to hit escape and then undo that. So I've just undid back to where we are. Let's go back to our interior view and just take another look at this. So that's good, everything's looking fine there. Let's go down to our sheets and review what we have so far. A102, double click on that, so floor plan. Now, instead of it just being an empty floor plan, we have walls in there, we have doors, we have windows, we have our beginnings of our kitchen. If you go to the interior elevations, you can see that those have been populated. And you're starting to understand now the power of Revit's ability to have things set up, but then start working, and you're just going to see everything get populated in your views as you work. So before we go on to the next video, I'm just going to click on Interior View. I'm also going to click on Close Hidden Windows. I always do this before I save. Close Hidden Windows, and then Save. And now we can continue on